What's going on, everybody? This is Mitchell, and today we are going to be talking about consistency and purpose. So I'm gonna have Justin come in on the line in a second, and we will get everybody started. Hello, Justin. How you doing? Okay. What's good, Yaku? How you doing? All right. I'm gonna add Justin in right now. Wait, did it go through? Yo, what's good,
What's
man?
up?
How
What's
you doing?
up? I'm
What's good?
good. How y'all doing?
I'm good, man. How's your day been?
Oh man, I'm cool.
Yeah,
Chilling, trying to be productive, doing what I do.
another day in
You know.
paradise. That's
Oh,
what's up,
always.
Yaku.
Other day, representing my girl Oscar, just out here doing my thing.
All right. So I gave a little brief introduction to the people, but today we are going to be talking about consistency and purpose and why it is important. And also, if you guys feel so inclined to send a donation to us, our description will be down below. Okay, and everything will be very appreciated. But let's start with consistency and let's talk about our vision, Justin. Let's talk a little bit about our vision and why it is important to our consistency. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, most
Mm-hmm.
definitely. I mean, look, in my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
consistency come. You need a goal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's really that simple. Yeah, you hit your vision, wherever you
Mm-hmm.
see your life. Your life, your relationships, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you need a goal because you need to know what you want to work for. You need to know how you're gonna work for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like that's where your vision comes in. That's where you see your life comes in
Mm-hmm.
because that's going to help you set up, hopefully,
Mm-hmm.
the habits or whatever it is you need to set up to reach that goal, to reach that vision. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and that's the thing too. Like it's called consistency, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean we all hear it.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird because it's straight up. It's like counterintuitive for humans. I want
Yeah.
shit right now.
Mm-hmm.
Amazon has fucked me up.
Yeah.
Amazon has spoiled me.
Yeah.
I want to quote that comedian. I'm prime now. If some shit it takes longer than 2 days, I'm like, what
Yeah.
is wrong with the world? Look, I'm ashamed to say I
Yeah.
haven't ordered stuff because it was gonna take more than 2 days to ship. I was like, oh no,
Yeah.
fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And
You
when
know,
Amazon
so
takes too damn long, you're like, yo, what's going on?
I'm
I
talking
know it's
about yeah.
COVID,
I'm
but
like
what's going on?
it's 4 days. Like
Yeah.
what you
Yeah.
mean? I
Yeah.
ordered this
Yeah.
Friday.
Yeah.
What you mean I ain't getting it this Thursday? So
Yeah. Yeah.
but the thing with that is like consistency is slow, man. It's slow steps. It's slow. It's steps, baby steps. It's moving um, a little bit at a time, man. It really is. And I think myself including, have gotten away from that mindset that things take time. You know, so that's most definitely where the consistency comes in.
Yeah, actually, I want to kind of latch on to what you were just saying. So, with consistency, you need a vision, right? So, something that you truly want, and I mean truly want, like, don't lie to yourself. That's the first step. If that's not something
Oh
that you
yeah,
truly want, you're not going to have that willpower to kind of push forward. So that, and I'll get into willpower, and that's going to be your push, but that's not going to be
hmm
enough in the future. But what I do want to say is I want to reiterate what I just said, which was it has to be something that you truly, truly want, not what you think or should have. Everybody has, I think I should do this. Oh, I should be doing this. Like, I shouldn't be eating this type of food. Or I think I should have this because I deserve it. In
yeah,
other words, those are wish lists. That's no different than you wanting something for a New Year's resolution. You know what I mean?
yeah, most definitely,
Mm-hmm.
most definitely.
Let's see what
Mo-
Yaku said. People complain about 2 hour flight when it used to be a 2 year trip in the past.
Dog,
people,
for real,
people always in hurry. We need to step back and enjoy life. Yes, thank you.
most definitely.
Most
Yeah, I
definitely. I
mean, it's
really
that
agree with that. Yes.
it's all that stuff we hear, all that cliche stuff, which is
Hmm.
true. It love the process,
Yeah.
enjoy the process. All that. I mean,
Exactly.
it's cliche, but it's
It is.
true.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And to
Hmm.
speak on your trail on the trail, he's right. Like back in the day, I mean, way back in the day, if you
Hmm.
started in like, if you wanted to go west, like half you died. You know, you know what I'm saying? We all. I mean, I'm old. I don't know who
Yeah,
remembers Oregon Trail, but I
yeah,
played that shit, man. You know how many kids I lost to dysentery on that game? I was like
yeah. Yo,
10 years old, man, trying to keep my
Oregon Trail.
family alive. You
Most of
know?
yeah, most for the people that don't know about Oregon Trail, let them know. There's gonna be a lot of younger people that's gonna be watching this.
Oh no, Oregon Trail was an old computer game back in the day,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
not computers like it was a turn. Listen, it was posed as almost like turn-based strategy,
Mhm.
but that shit was legit Resident Evil. It was survival horror at its fittest.
Yeah,
You
it was
start off with a family, and you had to make decisions like which road, which path you was gonna take, how
who
would you
needs to
get
die.
past, who would get past this river.
Yeah,
You gotta hunt. You know what I mean? You gotta do all this shit. You killed too much food. You couldn't take
yeah,
it, but it fuck you up later on. And like you'll be going along, it's all
yeah.
great, and then all of a sudden they like Sarah just died. I'm like, oh shit! Like what? Why did Sarah die? What the hell?
Yeah, yeah,
Back in the day, Native Americans they
yeah,
just said straight up Indians. Native Americans would attack and kill. Dog, that shit was brutal,
yeah,
man. And that was a
yeah.
kid's game.
Yo,
Look, I never
yeah.
beat Oregon
No,
Trail, man. You
it
know how
was an
many times
idea. It was an idea. Yeah,
you know how many times my stagecoach just fucking sank? You know what I mean? I'm like trying to pass it. Dog, Oregon Trail was hardcore.
yeah,
But that goes to the thing, man. That's that patience,
yeah. Hmm.
Like you said, it's a 2 hour flight, man.
Yeah,
We
and
could go to New York in 4 hours
yeah,
if you get the right flight, really.
and the right wind blowing that direction too, because that
Yeah,
helps.
yeah. I mean, you could really it's possible to get to like New York in like maybe 4 is crazy, but let's say 5 to
Fine.
6 hours.
Yeah.
And I mean,
If you're on the west coast, which we are, Cali.
yeah, yeah, exactly. But
Yeah,
yeah, it's a patience thing, and like you said, we got to enjoy that process, man. We need to,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, like, I do want to talk about changes though, because everybody want different. Like, they want to change. They want to change for the better. But you don't. So another thing is, and I'm not. I didn't make this up. I didn't make this up. So change is automatic. Change is automatic. You don't have to wait for change. Change will happen whether you like it or not. But
Mm-hmm.
progress is up to you.
Mm-hmm.
Progress is really up to you. And I want this to sink in to you guys, because if you want change, change will happen. Progress, on the other hand, is something different. What do you want to make? What's an area in your life right now that you want to improve? What is it? And why are
you? Oh, I thought I was
Yeah.
like, wait, you
Oh, no.
asking me?
I'm asking you. I'm asking the people that's watching you.
Are you preaching right now? What's going on? About to pass a collection plate? Go ahead, man.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, going back to what I was talking about, vision, it has a push-pull effect. Tony Robbins said this. I didn't say this. Well, I heard it from him. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So a push is it's willpower, and willpower don't last. It doesn't last. It's good. It's a good jump start. It's like, yo, go ahead. You should do it. You should do it. Yeah, willpower. 2 weeks, right? Willpower comes in New Year's resolution, where most people have the New Year's resolution. Or maybe I'll start on Monday. How many of you guys have asked that? I'll start on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
But pull, on the other hand, it's a different type of force. It's a different type of energy, where it's an unstoppable force. It's something where it's hard to sleep at night because you're just constantly thinking about it. And it's something that you think about the first thing when you wake up that morning. And that's something that you truly, truly want. It goes back to your vision, and it's something that you truly want. So it's, really sit down, think about it, write it down. Is there something in your life that you want to improve on?
Yeah, I mean, most definitely. It's funny you say about willpower, because as we was talking about this and getting our notes together, I brought up this book I read or listened to. If I'm being transparent, Audible to sponsor us, because I love them.
Yeah,
Audible.
Audible. If you
Yeah, if you're listening, man, do it. Get Audible. Come on, man. But the book is called The Power of Habit, and it brings up willpower.
Mm-hmm.
And it said like willpower is not the best. It's not the best source for sustained change.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they've done scientific studies that prove, like, you know, willpower decreases throughout the day.
Hmm.
And most of us, especially when we're in the workforce, you know, you like, I know me, when I was working at a job that was super taxing. I
Hmm.
didn't necessarily enjoy it, but it was like I would spend
Hmm.
my willpower
Hmm.
just getting to work, getting my day organized,
Hmm.
and getting out on the road with everything I need.
Hmm.
Probably took like 60% of the willpower I had for that day, if
Yeah.
I'm being honest,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Hmm.
And so yeah, so you start strong, but then, you know, if I think it's common for a lot of people to feel like you get that strong start, you're going, and then throughout the day, as your
It just
willpower
kind of.
depletes,
Hmm.
yeah, it gets harder and harder to stick
Hmm.
to
Yeah.
what you're doing. And
Yeah.
I think to kind of
Hmm.
bring like our two train of thoughts together on this, when you
Hmm.
say like the pull,
Hmm.
um, you know, that vision that you have. I
Hmm.
think what happens if you have that and it sparks enough willpower in you
Hmm.
that you decide that you want to change small habits to
Hmm.
create the lifestyle
Yeah.
that'll give you your ultimate vision,
Hmm.
goal, you know,
Hmm.
whatever it is that you want,
Hmm.
you know,
Let's see.
most definitely.
Yeah.
What did Yaku say?
What? Yeah. Cool. Let's see. Once
Once
again,
again.
life is an RPG. Yeah.
Yeah,
Not all
yeah.
characters level up the same or in the same way. Get get to goals and improve parts of skills that will help you get there. More experience, the more you appreciate.
Yeah, most
Hmm.
definitely. I mean, look, one of the people I listen to a lot, and this is kind
Hmm.
of going off brand a lot off topic a little bit, but you know,
Hmm.
but one of the people I listen to a lot, you know, another plug for Audible, you
Hmm.
cheap bastards. Amazon got the money; they could send us a shot. A book I listened to was that dude,
Sponsor him. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
David Goggins.
Hmm.
Have you ever heard of him?
I actually haven't. No.
David Goggins
Hmm.
is insane, dude. He has a mental issue, but he has used it to his benefit. I say
Okay.
that with all due respect. That man would murder me. Um, he's like a dude. He's
Yeah.
kind of a motivational speaker
Yeah.
kind of guy. But
Hmm.
he used to be Marines. He was in military. He was
Hmm.
a Navy SEAL.
Yeah.
Um, he does all this crazy crap. He ran like 100-mile marathons, and
Hmm.
you know, and his whole story is it's super inspirational. It's
Yeah.
super like it's super interesting. I suggest anyone check the book out
Hmm.
but like he just has an insane amount of willpower.
Hmm.
Like he's crazy. He's a crazy person. Like it's
Yeah.
it's just like that's his
Yeah.
fucking ability.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And this
Yeah.
dude talks about running, toenails falling off,
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
spuds with broken legs, and you know all this crazy shit. Then
Hmm.
I'm just
Hmm.
like, why are you doing this? You know, even
Hmm.
someone like me who I think got a decent understanding of certain
Hmm.
things.
Hmm.
You know, but yeah, it's like, but that's that thing. Like, if we compare ourselves to someone like that, if you could,
Hmm.
like, you know, going on what Yaku was saying in a
Hmm.
long way, if you compare yourself to somebody who has an obscene amount of willpower, you can just start beating yourself down.
Hmm. Yeah.
You know, like everyone's to be a little different. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But everyone can reach their goals.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, most definitely, like, check him out too.
Hmm.
Audible sponsor us.
So, I love
You know,
listening to audiobooks. They're
yeah,
great. Yeah.
audiobooks, podcasts, whatever it is. You know,
Yeah.
so I listen to all that shit. You
Yeah.
know, try to be a better person.
All right.
Try.
No,
But
we
go
are.
ahead. I'm sorry.
We
That
are.
was off
Oh no,
topic.
no.
That was off topic.
No, you
The
get. You
the
get.
the drink is getting to me just a little
Oh,
bit.
you. I want one too, but I'm not gonna leave you guys hanging. So I do want to talk about number one. It has to be an emotional, compelling reason for why you do it. You have to. So that want has to evolve. It has to be. It has to progress into a must, right? So now let's just think of something that you always do. It's a ritual that you always do. What's the first thing you do when you wake up, or you should wake? When you do, not check your phone. But what's the first thing that you should be doing?
Are
What's
you
the
asking
routine?
what I
Yeah.
do or what I do? Because
No,
you know,
no,
first thing I do is a line of cocaine, and then I
no,
get no,
yo.
no, no. That's a joke. That's a joke. I don't do that. No, the first thing I
Yeah.
do, honestly, no, for real, my habit. First thing I do is I drink at least 8 to 16 ounces of water. You know, then I go use the bathroom. Then I brush my teeth, and that's like my daily habit.
That's your ritual.
Yeah,
That's your ritual. Yeah.
that's my ritual. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's before checking your phone, right? Or after.
Oh
But
no,
anyway,
I mean, well, if I'm being to be blunt, it depends. Like
yeah,
if I'm
yeah,
working and I'm
yeah.
yeah, if I'm taking my turning off my alarm or something.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Yeah.
no, I try to like
Put
piss
that.
and brush my teeth before I attack the
Yeah,
phone, man.
yeah,
It's yeah. Social
yeah,
media is a double-edged sword. The
yeah,
phone in general.
yeah. Well, it has to be a ritual, right? So where most people,
Hmm.
well, even before phone existed like that, it was you get up, you brush your teeth. That's a ritual. That's something that you do that you don't even think about.
Yeah,
So,
most definitely.
why should anything else be different if that's something that's emotionally compelling to you that you want to do,
Hmm.
right? So, um, and that's where most people give up. That's where most people give up. It's when you don't stick to those type of rituals. So I also want to talk about where we act consistently on who we believe we are. We act consistently in who we truly believe we are. So if you were a person that says, I would never get girls. I would never be in a relationship because no one likes me. You're telling yourself that truth. So you start believing in what you just said. And it's your
Oh yeah.
job, it's your job to actually change that. So I mean, I couldn't talk to no girls before. I was really shy. It was horrible. It's because, I see the people around me and they just, I'm like, yo, how do you do that? Like, can you teach me? Like, is there a way to do it? Like, how did you have so much, like, don't you get anxieties? I get anxieties just thinking about that. How do you do it? And eventually, I just got shot down. But, it goes back to what I was saying from our previous episodes, which was we do more to avoid pain than to gain pleasure. So if my vision is to say, look, it's too much. I don't want to get into that. I feel uncomfortable. But I know at the end, if I were to get that outcome, like my outcome was to get that girl, whatever it may be, it will be a lot better. But I do more to avoid pain than to gain pleasure. So that's
Hmm.
something that a lot of you guys should ask yourself. What am I doing every day to step out of my comfort zone just a little bit, just so that I can make that progress?
Yeah, I
And
mean
yeah,
it's important.
yeah,
It's important to step outside your comfort zone.
exactly. Yeah,
That's how you grow.
yeah.
I would also put on top of that. There's a lot
Hmm.
of people, and I'm speaking for myself,
Hmm.
personal experience where you in a situation where you just not happy.
Yeah.
I was miserable on a
Hmm.
daily basis,
Hmm.
like miserable,
Hmm.
and then to those people, I just ask you, like, what you really got to lose?
Hmm.
You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like
Hmm.
you're already miserable. What's being a little uncomfortable?
Yeah,
To
exactly.
maybe reach some of your goals, maybe get where you want to be a little bit in life,
Hmm.
and there's a certain degree too where you just gotta be like fuck every other people.
Hmm. Hmm.
I mean, yeah, you
Yeah,
you have to, man. You
yeah,
gotta be selfish, man. You gotta
yeah.
be selfish about yourself. You gotta be selfish with your time. You gotta be selfish with your goals,
Hmm.
because ain't
Hmm.
nobody else gonna do shit for you.
Nope.
They really, and you'll meet a lot of great people in life that will
Hmm.
help you out. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong,
yeah.
but you can't depend on that. You know, like
Yeah.
most definitely, like people, and I have found that like when you're helping yourself,
Hmm.
that's when people seem to materialize out of nowhere to help you out more.
Hmm. Hmm.
Or all of a sudden opportunity starts appearing
Yeah.
where there didn't seem to be none. But then the key
Hmm.
to that, like we say, is like having that vision.
Hmm.
Being consistent on your path, and if you fall, that's another thing I kind of want to
Hmm.
get part. If you fall off that path,
Hmm.
if maybe you don't like, I think the key, and once again, I think the first person to say that is like being more consistent than not. Like
Hmm.
we all humans, we all gonna fuck
Hmm.
up, we all
Oh
gonna
yeah.
fall
Oh yeah.
off. You know what I mean? But don't
Hmm.
beat yourself up too bad. You don't blow. Don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. You fucked up one day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Or you fucked up
yeah,
one
yeah,
instant. You know what
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
For
yeah,
real.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I mean? So
yeah,
like,
yeah,
step back, regroup, get that shit going again.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
There you have
yeah,
to.
it's the little things in life that actually builds that consistency up, and that's where you build momentum. It's the little
Yeah.
things. So it's not. I'm not telling you guys. So okay, so for example, let's use a gym for example. And this is pretty cliche, but one intense workout isn't gonna make you more fit. it is for a little bit, but it's not gonna make you more fit. I'd rather have you work out 15 minutes a day than work out for 5 hours that day.
Oh yeah, most
It's
definitely.
just so that you can be consistent. It's the
Yeah, a
little
little
things.
bit. Yeah, it's a little bit.
It's the
You
little
know,
things that makes it. Hmm.
but it's hard. It is. It's hard. It's hard.
Hmm.
I ain't gonna front. That's why you got to try to make that shit into a habit. Like I said, I suggest anybody.
Hmm.
Excuse me. That's getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. But
Hmm.
like, check out that book, Power of Habit. You know, read
Power of
anything
habit.
about habits or willpower. You
Hmm.
know, shit like that. Cause
What's the
that
author's
make
name again?
it's like Charles Dighead. I don't know. I'll
Okay,
find out next week.
power of habit,
Hold
guys.
on, wait. I think I wrote it down.
Okay.
Charles Duhigg. I can't read, people.
Charles.
That's why I listen to Audible so much. That's why I need that damn sponsorship.
Yeah,
But it's like
yeah.
Duhigg, something like that.
I can't
But
read,
yeah,
but I understand English. Yeah.
most definitely, yeah, no, most definitely, like, yeah, you like habits set up everything, and I found that in my life when I changed my habits, you know, for good or bad, I see the results of that. You know, sometimes instantly, sometimes it takes some damn time, man. But you know, yeah,
I can't
just don't
even
beat
pronounce
yourself
that.
up.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, there you go.
Charles Duhigg.
Do
Duhigg.
Duhigg,
Duhigg. Yeah.
Duhigg, Duhigg,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
But the bottom line
Thank you,
is
thank you, Yaku.
thank you.
Official fact checker. Don't check too many facts, okay?
Don't quote us on everything.
Making me look like it is. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
But the bottom line is to raise your standard. And you know, I'm not the only, I'm not I didn't make this up. I didn't make this up. But you know, raise your standards. Raise your standards.
Oh yeah,
That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line is to raise your standards.
yeah. You got to.
Yep.
You got to raise
Yep.
raise your standards in everything in life. I mean, you know, to circle this shit back. You know,
Mhm.
we've all been in. I told that story a while ago about that the girl who I found out was dating that dude that looked like Mr. Hanky back
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
day.
yeah. I
You know
remember.
what I mean?
Yeah, I
Like,
remember.
you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
That's me not raising my standards. You know,
Yeah.
that's me not believing in myself. That's me
Mhm.
thinking like, oh man, you know, not that I didn't deserve, but
Mhm.
more it's like how could I get something, you know? So
How did
how
I
could
let that slip past me?
yeah, I'm like, look at this motherfucker, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, this dude's
Yeah.
a walking piece of shit. And I'm up here like, you know, tripping off this. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
you'll be surprised how much
Mhm.
shit like you actually can get or you do deserve
Mhm.
when you put forth when you believe. You
Mhm.
gotta believe in yourself, man.
Yeah.
You know, everybody got. That's why it's a thin line between arrogance and like belief. But sometimes you gotta be a little cocky with yourself, just to you know
Just to
will shit
yourself.
into
Just to
existence.
yourself. Yeah, you can be
Yeah,
cocky all you want.
just to will
Yourself.
some shit into
Mhm.
existence, man. Because it's
Because,
tough.
because at the end of the day, wants don't get met. Your standards do. So if you raise your standard, if my standard is to be like, okay, I'm going to the gym, and when I go to the gym, I'm going to do 3 sets. Or you know what? I done a couple of sets before. Now I'm gonna be doing some more. That's your standard. What's good, Simon? How you doing, man? So wants don't get met, standards do. And you know, it's like I said, it's the little things that builds up to that. And it's what you look at, it's what you focus on, and that's what matters. Because if your focus, so my primary focus is to work on my relationships. Now I'm not perfect. I know that, and I have holes in you know the way I think about approaching things. But I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to
Hmm.
be a better boyfriend. You know, and you know, as long as I understand that, there's always room to grow.
Hmm.
You know, the fact is to have humility, to understand that there's always room to grow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, yeah. Growth is part of life, man. And like
Yeah.
you know, if you're staying stagnant, what are you really doing?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and then even when I say staying stagnant, don't get me wrong. I'm not
Mhm.
saying everyone needs to
Mhm.
travel the world and all that kind of shit. Some people
Mhm.
don't have that desire, but I mean, in
Mhm.
your life, whatever you feel
Mhm.
is stagnant for you, you
Yeah.
know, or
Yeah.
you know, if you're happy, cool, keep doing what you're doing.
Mhm.
If
Mhm.
you ain't, you know, you gotta change some shit to get some sim. I actually don't believe that anyone could be 100% happy. I think happiness is a fucked up idea. I think we've kind of fucked up society, like chasing happiness. I really do, because it's fleeting. It's fleeting. It changes. Sometimes you think you know what to make you happy, and you don't know. That's men or women, you know. But I think that we need to, reevaluate some things and not seek pleasure all the time. And that's why you got to have that vision. That end goal. You know what I mean? I would even go so far as, to quote somebody that I listen to a lot, that I've actually read, and I've listened to his audio book, Audible, one more time. Send me that free subscription. This guy, Jordan Peterson, he talks a lot about, especially young men taking responsibility. And he's saying that's what's missing in this day and age is men taking responsibility. And it goes back to some of the stuff we talked about early on. Where, take their when we say, it's always our fault. It's always your fault. It's funny. It's a catchphrase. But the truth is, it's taking responsibility. You got to take responsibility for all this shit that happened. Good or bad. Good or bad, So, yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Bad Mouth? Yeah, that dude. I also encourage any dude. I encourage people in general. But especially since we come from a more relationship standpoint.
Yeah.
I encourage any dude who, if you feel kind of a bit lost, or maybe even you got some answers, or you just kind of in a weird headspace, check that dude out. Check out Jordan Peterson. He got a ton of lectures on YouTube, a ton of that stuff, man. The dude has talk about an insight and an intelligence, or if you just seeing him simp people. The motherfucker's an intellectual, titan, man. He fucking simps people all the time. I love it. It's my favorite. Watch people look stupid, But nah, most definitely check it out. But yeah, I mean, even when we say this consistency, take responsibility for that shit, man. Take responsibility for your life, for your happiness, man. Stop letting shit just happen to you. Because I do it. I fall victim to that all the time. Just kind of letting stuff happen at that time. Or getting down on myself because something happened outside my control. Yeah. Yeah, that's why, like you said, you got to get that vision. You got to get that pull. You got to figure out what wakes you up in the morning and keeps you going. As simple as it is, too, man. If honest, real talk, if it's video games, then, figure out how you can parlay that into, getting the life you want doing it. If you want a certain person, if you, whatever it is, there's a way to do that shit. Legally, I say. Don't be, be I want this person. You start kidnapping motherfuckers. Shit, I'm not advocating that. But most definitely. But this with consistency, it's all taking responsibility. Take responsibility for your life.
Yeah, responsibility. And the reason why we kind of talk about all this, and it all relates, as for a guy or girl, but you have to have something for yourself. You have to truly want something that makes you happy, why you want to do it. There's a reason why you're here. What is your purpose? What is your purpose? Because, people reward you in public for what you do in private.
Yeah.
So what do you want to do? What do you guys want to do for yourself today? Yeah.
I mean, and I ain't gonna front. And this might be, once again, I'm a lightweight, and it's been a long time since I drank anything, and I ain't really ate this morning. So, the adult beverage may have me speaking a little bit freely, but, we even, I vary a little bit off of that. Where I'm just, man, fuck people.
Yeah.
That's what I say. Fuck them. Fuck people. What are people gonna do?
Yeah.
But the truth is, we do crave a certain amount of acceptance. Adulations,
Hello, Bonnie. How you doing?
Yeah. What's up, Bonnie? Yeah, as much as I preach stoicism, we talk about being unaffected.
Yeah.
I'm sure we've heard these quotes, but it's taking it to heart, where it's you're never as good as they say you are, you're never as bad as you say they are. You can't let the praise affect you, because if you let the praise affect you, then that criticism is going to affect you.
Yeah.
You give people power, man, but you gotta let that shit ride. You can't. You most definitely cannot fall into that habit. If you're doing these things in private and you get the accolades, that's awesome. That is awesome. But you gotta do that shit for yourself.
And if you guys see yourself lowering your standards, and you really talk to yourself, try to find it out. Find out why are your standards being lowered. It might be because it's an intrinsic thing, or it might be environmental. It might be the people that's around you that's telling you, look, right now is not the time for you to do it. Like, this is not, it's not a smart idea. But as long as you're not hurting nobody, it's something for yourself and you want to improve on that, I don't see the harm in it. But Justin, we spoke earlier and you telling me about, now I want to make thousands and thousands of dollars selling soup behind my truck. I
No.
quote you on that. I quote you on that, right? Like, let's be realistic. Let's be realistic about your goal. Like, what do you see at the end of that? You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when I said that, it was in the context of conversation.
Yeah.
But it's like,
Yeah.
but that goes to my point of like, you can't let people like fuck with what you're doing, but at the same time, you do have to be open to criticism because a lot of times that's how you're going to grow, and just to be, be blunt, the idea was like, if you have an idea of something you want to do, that's low resources intensive, and it's not, honestly, some like huge investment. It's not for, then, go ahead and do it. But like, if my whole thing was like us doing this show, or like if I'm coming to you like, hey, I got this idea, I'm gonna sell soup out the back of my Mustang, and I've donated. I got 10,000 staves. I put $7,000 in this. I don't have. It's like, dog, that's some stupid shit. You might want to reevaluate. Ain't nobody eating soup out the back of a Mustang. Ain't nobody. You know what I mean? That's a lot of like ignorance. I don't cook, so nobody should eat my soup anyway. You know what I mean? As opposed to like, that wasn't talking about like getting support from people. And sometimes it's even the people that's closest to you. Sometimes you think it's people who you think should have your back and they don't, and or at least you feel like they don't. Maybe they bring in like a different vibe. And I'm not saying, I am one for walking away. If you have your vision, if you're trying to stick with your consistency, if you're happy with how your life is going,
and you ain't hurt nobody, you ain't
hurt nobody, or nobody that don't deserve it. You know what I mean? I'm all for like, walking away from motherfuckers, walking away from people, or if it's like a situation where you can't walk away from them, sometimes you are forced to be involved, like work or personal situations. I'm a big fan of putting motherfuckers in boxes. Like I can put somebody in a box. I have lucky. I mean, physically, it was way easier back in the day. I was a little bit stronger. I could most definitely I have put some people in the box, if we're being honest. But not, but like I have an innate ability of being able to talk a lot and not say shit. And like that was my goal at work a lot of times. It was like, I don't want to be solid because if shit pops off, I don't want to be like, man, Justin was always looking around here looking crazy. You know what I'm saying? But, I also don't want a lot of people in my business too at that time. So it was like, how can I say a lot without saying nothing? I think it's a goal. I think it's a useful skill.
A lot. Less is more. Less is more.
Yeah, I could talk a lot all day about a bunch of bullshit, and put people, but not say anything, not let people in, because we moving. Oh, y'all cool. You gotta bring up the show. Everyone likes to be a crowd pleaser since they were young. Almost like Homelander. That's The Boys. If nobody's watched The Boys, it's a great show. Watch it. He's a sociopath, though, Yaku. He has more issues than just being a crowd pleaser. But, So, like, like I was saying, just, you have to protect your vision. You have to change your life, change your habits to get to where the fuck you want to be. Figure out where you want to be. And then, do what it takes to get there,
And, to kind of put a little bit more on that too, it's a vision without a ritual is just an illusion. So there's a lot of, it goes back to what we were saying earlier too. What we want is not enough. It has to be a must. It has to be a must. Something that you like. You can't think about it. It's not I should. It's a must. Your want must become a must. Otherwise, your vision is just a wish list. It's an illusion. It doesn't really exist if you're not working towards progress. And I want to quote Tony Robbins on this. It's not, and I quote, "It's not what we get that makes us happy. It's who we become, and it's what we can give because we can become more." You know, I kind of I live off that because I've learned we wouldn't be sharing our knowledge today if we didn't feel good about what we did in our show. Like we feel like we could help a lot of people, and if people want to hear us, we'll answer their questions. So there's some there's something that everybody that they're doing that makes them feel good about themselves. Whether it's a donation, maybe it's helping them out for a day, maybe it's helping them move. You feel like you did something for that person.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, it's funny you bring that up, like to give back, because there's a
yeah,
lot, a lot of successful people that you watch their motivational videos.
yeah,
They all talk about giving back.
yeah. Hmm.
Um, and yeah, I guess I'm gonna be blunt. I never thought about it. I guess this show could be considered like a form of giving back. I didn't really
Hmm.
think about it like that.
Hmm.
I always thought about it as something fun to do, something
Yeah,
we could talk. I think we both have some life experience.
yeah.
We can share a little bit what we know. I can learn a lot.
Hmm.
Look. I say all the time, man. Like, you listen to my advice with a grain of salt. You take this shit at your own risk, okay? you know what I mean? I am not the master of nothing.
Yeah.
All right. I take responsibility of my
But
life.
you do have good
I ain't take
advice.
responsibility of yours.
You do have good advice.
I mean, yeah, I try.
Except for the whole morning ritual. I might question that part.
What, drinking water first?
No, that before that. Well, you
Pissing?
no. Sniffing.
Oh, cocaine?
Yeah.
Oh, well, try it. No,
No, no, no, no.
don't try. Audible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Audible. I want that sponsorship. Audible.
Yeah.
We do not endorse cocaine. Okay, it's a hell of a drug.
I don't.
I don't either. Okay.
All right. So that's a question for you guys. What's an area in your life that you want to improve on? What's an area that a lot of people has been telling you shouldn't do it. It's not a good idea, but you truly want to do it. Now, really think about it. What do you see as the end goal? Justin mentioned about selling soup behind his Mustang and a back truck of his Mustang.
That is not what I want to do. Okay.
That is not what he wants to do. But like if it's something like that, okay, and you're not a cook, maybe reconsider that. But if something
but I
that
will
you
say
want
this.
to do,
You know what? I will say this. Even if you want to sell soup out the back of your sedan, and you can't cook, learn to cook.
yeah, learn to cook.
You know what I'm saying? Like, learn to make some soup. Like, you know what I mean?
And
Do
then
what you
start
do,
selling
man.
for $1,000 behind your Mustang, right, Squirtle?
I mean, you do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Once again, you are
Okay.
okay. I'm just
And
okay.
And that's the thing. The reason why we kind of elaborated so much on consistency is because we need that first jump start. We need that push, and then you need that pull to keep your vision alive. And once you get that pull, then you're gonna have a purpose, and you're gonna have multiple purpose. My purpose in life, I love to help people. I want to help people. I enjoy helping people. It makes me feel good about myself if I could help somebody. It makes me feel alive. I
don't really care too much about helping folks.
Oh, got it, Justin.
If you get
where's the end button at?
If I can help you from my nonsense, that's great. But if I can't, I kind of don't give a fuck. But I will say I do enjoy making people laugh. I guess I'm a clown. Apparently, I don't like saying it about myself. No, I enjoy comedy. I enjoy laughter. I do like I don't want nobody feeling bad. I do think you are way more of a Samaritan than I am, though.
Too much credit, Justin.
I think you're way more of a Samaritan than your boy over here. But yeah, if you find some help, listen. If you can find some joy in my nonsense, whether it's usefulness, or useful advice, or you just laughing, or you just like, look at this motherfucker over here. Then hey, I feel good. Do what you do.
Yeah.
Do
what
what
you
do.
Have a good laugh, right?
A good laugh, Some motherfuckers need to cry, just like as I advocate for dudes. It's okay to cry. Just do that shit in the shower by yourself. All right, just trust me on this. I know that's considered toxic nowadays. men are supposed to feel and shit.
Toxic masculinity.
But
Yeah.
fuck that. Okay, don't listen to that bullshit. All right, nobody wants to see you break it. This is the only times you are able to cry as a man is if someone passes
Pass.
or your team wins. Okay, that's it.
Oh, you won
That's
the
it.
championship. You won the championship. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever championship it is. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the only time. Other than that, you know, if you feel like you're gonna cry, go and
Yeah.
take a shower, let that shit out there, toughen up, get the fuck out
Yeah.
there, get back on your consistency, get back on your goals, man.
Yeah.
You know.
You know, there's a reason why we spoke so much about consistency is because that is your purpose. Once you find that reason, you're not gonna stop doing it. And it don't matter what people say. If people don't agree with you and you have a strong enough emotional compelling reason that you want to do it, you're still gonna do it no matter what. You don't need affirmation from other people to tell you, oh yeah, I don't think you should do that. I don't think it's their idea, it's not yours.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean,
I don't need your
it goes back
approval.
to some of what we were saying. You know,
Exactly.
you got to be unaffected, man.
Be unaffected. It's not
Unaffected, dog. You
don't
got to
need
let
your
that shit
approval.
be. You don't need it.
I don't
If
need
you have it, great. If
Yeah.
not, that's fine too. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't need that shit. You know, you do
Yeah.
what you do.
And
Yeah, better they laugh with you, not at. Yeah, I feel. Listen, that's why Dave Chappelle left. That's why he went to Africa.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, most definitely. You don't want you don't want people laughing at you.
Mhm.
You know, you want your respect, and the number one way to get your respect is to have your purpose
Mhm.
and like keep reaching towards that shit. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that keep people on the up and up.
Mhm.
You know, and I will even say this. I think it helps. It even helps so far as
Mhm.
you'll be surprised. You'll be able to cut people out your life that ain't helping you reach that purpose.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So you know, not only will it help you as like grow, but it'll help you trim down your circle, man.
Yeah.
You know, you only want to be around certain people who's gonna be putting out that kind of energy.
Mhm.
You know, and
It's a vibration. Yeah.
Yeah, it really, dog. It really
is.
all that shit that
Mhm.
they say, you know, is true.
Yeah.
And you know, you only want to be around people that's gonna, you know, be on that same level,
Mhm.
or you get something different from. But you know,
Yeah.
you're around people, and you out here trying to make moves. You go slowly find those people weed themselves out of your life, man.
Yeah. And it's the
You
little
really
things.
will.
It's the little
Yeah.
things that matter. Stay focused. There's a reason why you're here.
Yeah,
Why?
No, go ahead.
No,
My
no,
bad.
go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I was going.
I was gonna say there's a reason why you're here. Now, if your reason is to wake up every morning and play video games, and I don't want to do anything with my life, and you're totally happy with that, that's fine. That's your purpose. Other people have different purpose. My purpose is to help people out, whatever I can do. If I could share some advice, then so be it. I enjoy it, and if I see progress, I feel like I've contributed. I've helped some people out.
Mm-hmm.
That's my purpose. I also like dancing. Dancing is part of my. I love dancing. I don't need to depend on anybody to dance. I just turn on some music and just move. It makes me happy. It makes me feel good, right? Playing video games. That's another thing. So you don't have to have one purpose. There's no one purpose. Like there's multiple things that you could do. So don't yeah.
I was gonna say that. I mean, that actually goes back to something we kind of touched on before. I think it was the last show. I don't really remember, but you know the three keys to happiness, or the three. Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, it's the purpose in that. You know,
Yeah.
hobby to make you money, hobby to keep you creative, hobby to keep you in shape.
Mhm.
You know, I think you know when you start paring stuff down, when you figure out what you want in the grand scheme of things, you know, you get that path. You'll be surprised where like how quickly life will change. You know, and it really will, man. Like I ain't just saying that for some positive bullshit. Let me tell you something. If life was gonna be fucked up, I'll tell you. You listen. Sometimes life give it to you. You know, sometimes life sticks a fist up your ass, just like full
What's
bore.
good,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It like wiggles it around a bit. You just kind of like, why? Why are you doing it? That's life, man. But you know, that's where you got to be resilient and come back, man. Remember that shit.
It's a momentum thing, and so for example, I decided to make a change about maybe a week or two ago. So I decided I want to just cut a little bit of weight. I want to eat a little bit healthier. I want I don't want acne. I didn't know, so I did my research. So I tried my best.
Mm.
Now, today's my mom's birthday. Happy birthday, mama.
Happy birthday, mother.
You know, so I'm gonna buy a lot of food. I'm gonna make sure she's happy. But there are certain things, certain rituals that I want to stick with. And
Mm.
the type of food that she wants to eat isn't the type of food that I really want to eat. Now, am I not going to eat any of it? No, I'll just eat a small portion of it just so that I could still, celebrate with her. But don't lie to yourself. If you want to do something, there's always going to have some people telling you that you shouldn't do it. When I was out with some friends and family members, they were like, "Yo, why are you not eating? Like, why aren't you eating this?" I was like, "I want to eat what I want to eat because I want to stay consistent of where I am at, and I know that if I continue eating these type of junk food or whatever, it's gonna make me want more." Oh, so you telling me you don't have any willpower to stop after you eat it? I was like, no, it just takes me back a couple of days, and I worked so hard up to this day. I don't want to just give it all the way back. Imagine you giving me your paycheck. That's how rent money feels like, right?
It can be. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely a rent money. The
So
motherfucker.
I was like, look, I don't want to backtrack if I don't have to. Not
Mhm.
for something. I don't see it as. I want to see myself reach a certain goal before I do anything more drastic. And that's my goal. If they can't appreciate that, fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck
Yeah.
off.
Yeah. I mean, you know where you're going. You know.
Yeah.
You got that. We keep bringing it back, but it all does circle around. You gotta live your life for yourself, man. You know what you want to do. And yeah, and I know this kind of strayed off from like more relationship shit, but I do think it all
It all
circles
works.
in.
It all
Yeah,
works in
it
the
all
same
circles
circle.
in, man. Because when you start working on yourself, a lot of that stuff's going. I know this from personal experience.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime, whenever I had my own goal,
Mm-hmm.
and I was fully 100% like committed to that goal in my life, that's
Mm-hmm.
when shit that's when stuff on like relationship ends
Mm-hmm.
picked up.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, like it didn't matter what the goal. If the goal was like I'm gonna lose weight, if the goal was I'm gonna get better at this, whatever it was, like all of a sudden shit starts picking up in other aspects of your life, man. Now you're like, yeah, that energy is real, that attraction is real.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh,
Yeah,
thank you, Zach. Happy birthday, Mama Tang. From
yeah,
Zach. Thank you. Yeah.
yeah. Thank you, Zach.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So most definitely,
Yeah.
yeah,
There's
man.
that snowball. It's just that momentum doesn't stop.
Mm,
Zach, for example, he's a prime example. I met him when he was young. He was playing Super Smash Brothers. We played together. I used to beat this dude. Yo, I'm sorry to point that out, but he whoops my ass right now. I can't even touch this dude. He is, and he's a definition of someone that has a purpose. He wants to play at the top level. He wants to play at the top level. So he did whatever he had to do.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, and
And
that's another.
congratulations.
I mean, and I know we talk about this a lot, but we both come from game situation. We both come from like a gaming background, but like people don't really understand the amount of dedication
Oh yeah.
and thought and everything that goes into like when you start talking about playing a game, especially a fighting game
You need notebooks.
or competitive.
You need a notebook.
I still got mine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At a high level, man, you are
Yeah.
talking about a level of dedication
Oh yeah.
of knowledge, like
Yeah.
the knowledge you have to have
Mm-hmm.
when you start breaking that plateau. It's like you can't quantify it, and
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't get the respect because a bunch of people just see it as a bunch of button pushing.
Yeah.
But for those who knows,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But and that's a perfect example because you it's not just like I'm gonna play more and I'm gonna get better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it
You
doesn't
know,
work like that.
It
You
doesn't
gotta
work
want
that
to
way.
get.
You gotta want to get better. You gotta want to watch. You gotta want to look at your matches and analyze what you did wrong.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why did I lose this? Why didn't this work?
Mm-hmm.
What,
So,
why
did I get whooped? How did I put myself in that situation?
dog?
Yeah.
Look, I done had matches I got scrubbed,
Hmm.
And then some of those I played Marvel, so some of them was just that's the way a cookie crumbles. You know, what I
They
mean?
just better. They just
Yeah.
better
So
than me.
look, some of them is, hey, this motherfucker hit me. I didn't even
Yeah,
do nothing wrong. It's just,
yeah,
but then some of it was like, this motherfucker is clearly better than me,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I need to figure out
Why?
how. Like, am I gonna
Yeah,
quit, or am
yeah,
I gonna try to break to that next plateau and
yeah,
figure out why?
yeah.
You know,
Don't
and
and
yeah,
yeah, don't try to bite off more than you can chew. Work at a small pace. Little goals each day will lead you there. But as long as you stay consistent and your vision is, yo, that's what I want. That's
yeah,
what I
most
want.
definitely,
Those speed
most definitely.
runners, Yaku was like, yo, those speed runners though.
Oh, speed. Yeah, I played a lot of Dark Souls too.
Mhm.
I've watched people speed run that
Yeah.
game, and it
Hmm.
is insane. And the
Yeah.
funny thing about watching Dark Souls speed runner is like a lot of the shit they do, you're like
Hmm.
it's counterintuitive.
Hmm.
Like you're watching,
Hmm.
like, why would you do that? That's not how
Yeah.
you did it. And then it works. It's like, oh
Oh
shit, that's what
shit.
you're doing.
Yeah.
It's like, it is.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful metaphor for life. I've said this before. I do believe if you can become at a high level at one aspect, whether it be like fighting games or whatever,
Hmm.
or drawing an art or
Surgery.
music or
Yeah.
whatever,
Hmm.
you
Hmm.
can apply those principles to other aspects of your
Yeah.
life.
Oh yeah.
And
For sure.
and they
For
can
sure.
most definitely
100%.
help you out, like
Yeah.
understand situations.
Hmm.
Like I said, we both just happen, I think, come from more of a gaming background
Hmm.
with that stuff. Yeah. And
Yeah.
yeah, I learned so much about that in myself in that period of time when I was really
Hmm.
going hard
Hmm.
that I still carry with me. Yeah, that
And
dedication.
that's a lot of dedication.
Oh man.
I've heard a lot of stories. I watched a lot of interviews from Neo. Neo, if you're watching
Hmm.
this, what up? But he wasn't always Neo. He was always the songwriter behind. He was always the guy behind the guy. So he wrote the song. And there
Hmm.
was one time he wrote the song. I think it was for Columbia Records, if I'm not mistaken. And it was a song by Marcus Houston called That Girl. So if you guys listen to that song, that hook, that chorus, that's Neil's voice. That's not Marcus Houston singing in the back. But anyways, he wrote that song, but Columbia Records, and to correct me if I'm wrong, but he said that they want him to be a certain person that he didn't want to be. And for someone that just got a record label by Columbia Records, was like, yo, you gotta write songs like Usher. You gotta write songs like, Kells or whatever, whoever. I want you to dance like this. And to him, he was like, no, like that's not me. That's not how I want to write my music. Now, I'm like, why? Why would you ever do that? You just got a record deal. This is one of those big record deals.
Hmm.
Why are you saying no to that and step away? So he stepped away and he was like, look, I don't keep whatever's in a vault, that's yours. So they kept all his music. So everything that he wrote was theirs. So that's why it had nothing to do with Marcus Houston. He didn't steal the song; they just gave it to him.
Yeah,
So
I mean that's what you're doing with the record
yeah.
industry.
So
That's a
what?
hard game.
Yeah. So what? And I'm like, yo, how do you even step away from that? But the fact that he did, and he truly believed what he did was the right thing, he continued to move on and progress. He didn't just wait for a change to happen. He seeked for progress.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you have to. You got. I mean, Dr. Dre did something different. Did something similar. When he left Death Row, he left everything. He left that music. He left the publishing. He wanted a clean break.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I mean, he doesn't even own the Chronic.
Mm-hmm.
That's a classic hip hop album.
Yeah.
That's like you should. When he left,
Yeah.
he left all that shit to Suge Knight Death Row because he
Mm-hmm.
wanted a clean break and he knew he had better stuff. He
his
knew his worth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was his debut. Yeah, debut.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
but he knew his worth. He knew his goal. He knew
Yeah.
what he wanted. What he was getting into, and he knew he was going to change. Change is inevitable. And with Neo, I'm sure with that, it's like that environment isn't beneficial to the kind of change that you're making.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it is what it is. Sometimes you just gotta walk. Sometimes you gotta walk away to realize that vision.
Mm-hmm.
To keep consistent.
Mm-hmm.
The shit costs, man. Shit, it does. It really does cost, but You know, in the end, it's only, it's up to you. What do
Yeah.
you want to do? What do you
Yeah.
want?
And I don't want to sound like a broken record, but seriously, guys, if you guys are watching, whether it's live or after the show, what is something that you guys truly, truly want to do, but you haven't really gotten started at it? Or maybe you set it down and you want to pick it back up, and it's something that you truly want to do. What is it? And you will know it better than anybody else. And don't let anybody tell you that you can't do it. That's not, like I said, as long as you're not hurting nobody and you're only trying to improve yourself, go for it. Go for it. So
Most definitely.
yeah, and then leave it in the comments below. I'm actually curious to what you guys want to do. If you made it this far, almost an hour long, thank you very much. But
Yeah, thank you.
yeah.
Thank you for listening to me ramble
Yeah.
and whore myself out
Nonsense.
for an audible for an
Yeah.
for the audible, like,
Yeah.
endorsement or
Yeah.
whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah, real
Yeah.
talk.
Yeah,
No.
for real. What, name something. Justin, is there anything else that you would like to say?
Nah,
Is
man,
there
just
anything
folks
else you would
stay
like
up. You know what I mean? Stay on your goals.
to?
Stay on that vision. Don't let nobody, bullshit you. We live in a day and age. You can't just slap the shit out of folks no more.
Nope.
You can't do that.
You can't
Some
be
people
physical.
need it.
Some people do.
Some people need it. I had a lot of clarity in my life when, I've
Got slapped.
Look, when I've slapped people and gotten slapped. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes I take that hit and I'm like,
Yeah.
I should have moved a little differently in that situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
most definitely, man. Just
Yeah.
people stay up, stay on their goals.
Yeah.
Stay positive. Try not to be an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And thank
Yeah.
you guys for tuning in. And
Yeah, most definitely.
if you guys feel so inclined to leave a donation, our description will be down below. We have Venmo and our PayPal ready. Any donation would be truly appreciated. Thank you guys for tuning in. And we do this every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1 p.m.
Most definitely, yeah. Thank y'all, man. Donate.
Mhm.
If y'all hit up that Audible website, let them motherfuckers know they need to sponsor us. I'm gonna keep pushing it till they come through, dog. Cause Amazon got the money. Seriously, they got the money, and I'm not asking for a lot. You know what I mean? Like I'm not one of these.
Just give me some words. Yeah.
Give me a free subscription.
Yeah.
Give me a year. Give me a year. Okay, that's like for real. Like I ain't asking for a lot. So yeah, y'all go to the 3 people still watching this. Go flood Audible, cause I listen to them a lot anyway.
Yeah.
It's COVID. I ain't got shit else.
Hashtag Justin on Audible.
For real talk.
Yeah.
That's
Justin
you know
on
what that's my vision. Okay, that's my vision.
You keep working on that, Justin.
To get Audible to hit us up.
Y'all cool. Thank you for always tuning in. For
Yeah,
everybody.
thank you. The official fact checker.
Fact checker.
Rush Hour 5.
Yeah. And until next time, we out.
All right,
Peace.
y'all take it easy.
Take it
Peace.
easy. Peace.